Some people have been curious about my VR setup, and I will show you. First off, you will need your trackers. I use Vive 3.0s, and don't forget about your foot straps that you can find some on Amazon. Vive trackers require 2 Lighthouse base stations. I have 7-point tracking, so I have 3 2.0 base stations. Now, the trackers themselves come in a box with a USB that's called dongles. Now, I'm an idiot, so I have mine labeled since I have 4 of them, but you only need 2 trackers, a left and right foot for Roblox. VR chat is 3. Those dongles will be hooked up to your PC tower, or if you're me, your very, very abused gaming laptop. I have a 7-port USB extension for my dongles because I have 2 1TB USBs in my laptop. First, bullets film storage. Whoops. $1 million question is, what kind of headset do I have? I use the MetaQuest 3. Now, there are other types of headsets that work, like the MetaQuest 2, the MetaQuest Pro, HTC Vive, and Valve Index. We'll also need a PC of some sort for it to run, or a laptop with the recommended specs versus my piece of garbage. Highly abused, by the way. You will need trackers. What trackers work? From how much that I know, your options are really HTC Vive or Tundra, which are favored by the VR breakdance communities. Tundra is similar to Vive. They do indeed need base stations to run. Another popular type of tracker is Slime VR. It is a IMU tracker. It requires no base stations but needs Wi-Fi. As far as I know, it is not compatible for Roblox's full-body tracking system unless specifically DIY modified. Now, before we even decide that we're gonna touch our headset, you need to download Steam. Then inside of Steam, you have to search and download Steam VR. And then you have to search up again in Steam for Space Calibrator, or it won't work at all. Once you have those 3 installed, well, I use Windows. We are going to download the zip file for the Enigma on GitHub, the Nexus Avenger /Enigma. Now, when you open the link, scroll to the 5.0 version, then press this specific link. Download, extract, then click the Enigma again, and make sure that you have your Roblox game already pulled up in another window. Make sure it's VR compatible first, or it won't work, obviously. Which did take me forever to set up, because Windows absolutely sucks. Any experienced PC VR player will tell you Windows sucks. Now we go to the headset, and then go to your shop, make sure you have Steam Link installed. You will need that. It should be free. And then you connect to your PC. Mine is already connected. Once in Space Calibrator, you will then calibrate your trackers. As so, to what I'm doing. So open, it should be already popped up. Press your right controller, your tracker, press start calibration. And then do figure eights with your controller and the tracker in your hand. Another thing that can mess up your calibration is whether your base stations are in the correct spot. Some people will be like, oh, my trackers are broken. They're not broken, it's just your base stations are off. I had to recalibrate like 8 different times just because my base stations were in the wrong spot. I don't have a permanent spot for them right now, so they kind of just are free floating. Then you tilt your head up and press play, and then open client. I used on tap, so of course mine's different. You will load into another loading screen. Roblox will open up if it's VR compatible. Hopefully the NVR will pop up, and then it'll show that the Enigma is running, and then you just do as the instructions say on the front. of your screen. And that is how you do full body tracking on Roblox. I am aware that it is difficult to set up. Some people will think it's not worth setting up at all, but you do you.